104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Monday, September the 18th of 2023. It's 6:01 a.m. and the gang is here. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Happy Monday
It was
to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
it was a great weekend. Y'all have a great weekend. I know it was your husband's birthday, Roula.
Yes, it was. We had bread cake. Is it cake on Netflix or is it bread? It was a cake that looked like bread, and it was my first time going out. Y'all, I have not been to my family restaurant since before this surgery. That was my first day back. And when I rolled in there in that scooter, one of our, some of our longtime employees are like, "Oh my God, what happened to you? Where you've been?" And I'm thinking, wait a second. You guys haven't seen me since July and nobody asked where I am?
Thanks a lot.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody asked where I am?
Now-
Nobody told you guys that I had ankle surgery?
Did you use the four-wheel drive scooter or did you use your little mini scooter?
I had to use the mini because that four-wheel drive doesn't even fit in the car.
Not enough room in there.
Sam, Ryan,
It sounds
I
like
have
a little
I have two-
ATV, you know?
Well, I've got two scooters, and they both have four wheels, thank God, because some of them come with three, and that's how you fall more. But I've already fallen off this one 6 times. And the small one is easier to get around, like, smaller places. The big one, I really should use it for... Well, I just really should use it more often, but it's just too dang big. And so and it's too big to put in the car. So we put the little mini scooter in the back of my husband's Tahoe, and then we come inside, and I'm just like... I just can't believe that they asked me, "Where have you been? What are you talking about? It's been since July. You guys haven't seen me."
Thanks for caring.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I thought for sure maybe I guess your
You're like, this is really weird,
Maria.
Maria. I can't believe you didn't know where I was.
Right,
My own
Mom.
sister.
I told you. Come on.
You've been around a little while. And I got
One
another
of my
question.
idiots.
Why are we hearing Eric's voice right now? I thought you were supposed to be in jury duty today.
Me too. But I got a text, was it Friday night? Or Friday afternoon saying that they reached a settlement and they do no longer need my services.
Nice.
But I'm like,
So
what
you're
is
off the
that?
hook.
I didn't even know that you'd already been picked.
Me either. That's why I was like, well, how?
So they dropped the case.
So all I can tell people is sign up, because I went online the week before and I put all my information in there, and then I got texts and stuff. And I think so. If I didn't have that, I would have been right now getting ready to go there, going, "Oh, please, what's going to happen?" And I would have been sent home.
What was your greatest fear about serving? Like, are you worried you had to go to the bathroom? Or
Basically, just in that room, because they last time I went, like a year ago or 2 years, they put me in the room with like 200 people, and they told us the case. The person was there, and then the guy talked just forever. I'm like, just
Well, they have
Just
to.
pick-
I mean,
like,
they have to. They're
people-
going to make their point.
and
Yeah.
then any questions, and there's always that one guy. Kev knows that one guy that has to. He's trying to make sure they know who he is, so he doesn't get picked.
Come on, we've all been there where you're in a conference call and we think we're all getting off, and then call's about ready to wrap up. Somebody's got to try and show how smart they are. But what about this?
Yeah,
And
so
then they drag it out even
I don't
longer.
even think it's about being how smart. It's about I got to make sure I ask questions. So I
Yeah,
make the-
so they know I was on the call.
I assume I wasn't like picked to be on the jury. I'm sure my number, like say 0 to 200, with these people are going to be in that courtroom, and then we'll pick from the 200, the 12 or whatever it takes to be in the jury.
whittle
But
it
since
down.
they reached the agreement, they didn't need it, all of us. I'm sure they'd throw
Did
me
they say
back
what
in the
kind of
pile.
trial
I'm
it
sure
was?
No, nothing.
No.
Maybe
I
you'd
didn't
be
want to
off.
ask questions, Rula. I got a text and I got an email. I kept those, so they come after me. I got this stuff.
You got proof.
They don't come after you, by the way.
Then I'm like, oh man, I could have had a day off. Stupid.
Could have lied to us.
Yeah. Dang it.
And then you're not really supposed to talk about the case, so you
Yeah,
can be
because-
like, I can't
Guys,
talk about it,
Well,
guys.
you're not supposed to talk
I've
about
been
it while it's
sequestered.
happening, but you can talk about it afterwards.
Guys, I'm stuck in this case for 3 weeks.
Oh,
Got a tan. Did we just see Eric on TV? I think he was at the Cowboys game over there somewhere. I think I saw him.
I am kind of curious as to how, in all these major profile cases where the people have to be out of work for 2 and 3 weeks, I mean, they're not paying you barely anything per day.
And your work doesn't
not
have
even
to
enough to
lose-
cover lunch.
Lose of their jobs.
I read the thing, it
how do
says-
you not lose your job?
It says you can't lose your job, but they don't have to pay you the work,
What?
which sucks because what if you're like
When
So
did
for
you live
3 weeks, you don't have
paycheck?
Paycheck to paycheck, you're screwed.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's
they say you
awful.
don't have to lose your job, but what if you are self-employed and that whole business is contingent upon you being there?
Yep. Or human nature.
Then you do lose your
human
job.
nature. You might not lose your job, but you might lose your responsibilities. Oh, you know what? You were gone for 3 weeks. We gave it to Steve over here, and he's done a really great job. He's half the price. So
That's
They'll-
100% true. That happens all
they'll
the
find
time.
a way to get you out.
So I lost my first job in radio. I got married. In radio, we never like to take that much time off, but I foolishly took 2 weeks off, because of the honeymoon and everything.
Rookie mistake there.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's actually 10 days. Came back after 10 days and was like, my job is not the way it was. Uh-oh, something's going
I
on
took
here.
3 months off.
Well, you had a baby. That's different.
Is it different?
I guess we
That's
liked,
not vacation,
we liked
girl.
you, Sam.
You know more than anyone else. Oh, that ain't no vacation.
Where are you going with that
Well,
one?
he's trying to imply that they hate me.
They were waiting for Ryan. They're like, Ryan, you should get married here.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you don't ever have to come back, which is pretty much what happened.
But as long as they give you a gift.
Oh my God, did you guys see the fight with the Texans this weekend?
So embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing. I mean,
But that was Texan on Texan crime.
That's what I
not
thought I
Colt
saw.
on Texan crime.
I think I saw
right?
maybe
No,
one
I saw
Colt, but
Colt.
it looked like it was Texan on Texan. Because that one person,
Yeah, I think it was just fans who were just
it was idiot on idiot.
having a fight.
yeah,
And that
What
went
were they
everywhere.
fighting about? Anybody know?
I don't know supposedly because we're off to a 0-2 start.
But they were fighting
Yeah, but that's
beforehand.
ridiculous.
Because that came out early. I think the game was still on when I saw that one.
Oh, really?
So it wasn't like because of the loss. There was a guy, though, Cincinnati. He had like overalls or bibs.
Bibs? Okay.
Like Cincinnati Bengals. So that Bengals stripes bibs, like a painter.
Okay.
And he was handcuffed. And then guys were kind of holding him. And then this Cleveland Brown fan or some other fan with glasses went up to him and laughed at him. So the guy went,
Oh, he headbutted him.
Oh my God!
knocked him
my
out.
Sounds like that
God.
hurts.
Just type in headbutt. Search headbutt on
Wow.
social media and just knocked his ass out.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, well, you know what? It's kind of karma, buddy. You laugh at someone else's expense. You might get the game. You just got played. Bam! He got
Wow.
nailed. Watch it. This guy you don't want to mess with this guy. And the guards were terrible. They weren't really holding him. They had the handcuffs, but they weren't holding them.
kind of looking the other way.
They let him kind of
Well,
walk
if
towards
we
him.
know anything from your days as the Cubs quote security
Yeah.
end quote, they
Oh.
didn't need to hold him because they didn't care.
You're not really
We would hold you-
incentivized to
we
put
would-
your neck on the line
We would take you down. We know where the cameras were with little rib shots.
where we're out of the shot.
We had a cage in there. Oh, yeah. You screw with one of us.
Hey,
You don't want to mess with ballpark police.
Yep.
Pocky police.
$7 an hour, baby. But that was back
That's
in
it,
the
huh?
90s. So that's like what, $12 now?
The cost of living
$7
increase.
in the mid 90s.
You know, speaking of tussling
Like
people,
10.
I watched the American Gladiators. I started watching the
Which
American
on
Gladiators
Netflix.
on Netflix. It's I guess it's kind of a documentary, right?
Yeah.
And
It
I
totally is. Yes.
my little brother and I were really into that show. I mean, we were kind of like
Same,
doing
yeah.
the same kind of things.
I'm Zap.
Right. In the living room.
Laser
Tussling
and
each other
blazer.
across the couch. But it sounds like it was a lot of scandal. And like I said, I only got through the first episode. But now I can see these people, when I thought, I was like secretly like, oh my God, he's so hot.
Oh, my God.
Which
Right?
one did you like? Nitro? He
Is
had
it-
like short black hair.
Yes.
He's like
he
is
looked
he
Latino,
Asian-American,
but he's
or
half.
is he-
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
I think
But he's
yeah.
not.
He was like, and then there's the guy with the long hair. He's like a surfer dude.
Yeah, I didn't really like him. I didn't like that 80s look. It looked like 80s rock band.
Yeah, he was a poser because he was a
Well,
wimp.
it was pretty brutal if you watch that American Gladiator thing. It was pretty brutal when they decided to take them. You'll see, Kevin, there's an episode where they go on tour and they thought, wow, this is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, American Ninja Warrior is a lesser version of American Gladiator. You're just going up against a regular person like you, but American Gladiator, you went up against the same like 6 fit people.
Yeah.
There's only so far those poor people could go before they're exhausted.
They know the game. They played it they practice it, so they know the ins and outs of it, and they're twice as big as you.
But
And
they have
they're
to
gonna
do
hurt
it
you.
6 or 7 times a day. They're going to get hurt and tired.
That was back when steroids were a thing.
People
Oh,
were
yeah.
definitely getting hurt. A lot of the contestants were getting severely injured, which I don't really remember that.
Of
Because
steroids.
by the time we started watching it, Kev, it was
They don't show us
way
that
more
part.
refined.
Yeah, they don't show
that
you the
first
steroid
episode
part?
that you saw.
No, I mean like in real
first-
life.
Oh.
Like when you're a kid,
Yeah.
you don't see these people.
No, we were
bleeding.
kids. It went over our heads because we were too small. But
just
in
saw
that
the
first
guy-
episode, you saw how bad the original like course was. It was basically concrete and
Yeah.
like a rug. And they were like knocking out their knees and
Shooting
popping
those
their
tennis
ACLs.
balls at 'em.
Rula, who were the guys? Remember years ago, you and I, we had a gig together. We were out, I want to say it was like off NASA Road 1. And these big bodybuilders, I think they were wrestlers. And you could tell like they had years of roid use. You know, like they had the back knee and everything.
So the
taking
guys that
steroids.
they do it for Jesus?
No.
I definitely don't remember that.
Remember they
gig.
would rip the phone books for Jesus? Those guys.
No,
They
I
could tear a
definitely
phone
didn't do a
book?
rip a phone book for genius.
No, they didn't
for
do that.
Jesus gig.
Yeah, remember that back in the 90s? That was a big thing. These guys had muscles and they
No.
did it for God and stuff.
Tear a phone book for
Yeah,
Jesus.
but he's talking about me and him doing a gig.
We did a gig where we had
do
these.
that?
You
That's
and I
who
were
you're hanging
out.
out with, Roula?
We were out in towards
Yeah.
Clear Lake, and they had these gigantic muscles. I mean, they looked like the Hulk. They were so big, these guys. But when you got up close to them, you could see, like, oh man, they're definitely on roids. You know, like
Well, to be that big, you have to be on something.
Yeah.
there's no
probably.
way you could do that naturally just by lifting weights. No way.
No.
Oh, I want to find out.
Well,
who
today
these
on the Roula and
Jesus
Ryan
guys
show,
are.
we have lots to cover, and especially in entertainment news. A lot happened over the weekend. My goodness. Celebrity divorces. The strike continues on. I mean, I can go like through 6 different headlines just in the next 5 minutes. Let's get some scoop going next. Here's your official weather for today.
Well, you know, I enjoyed the rain this weekend, but we still have a burn ban in effect. So anybody is thinking that you can start doing that. I was just reading this morning in the Chronicle.
Can't burn your bras, Sam.
Well, Montgomery County lifted their burn ban, but
darn.
everybody else has got it.
Drake was here last night. There's no bras left.
We have an
city.
air quality alert today, but it's going to be
Blair
in
says.
the low 90s. It should be about 94 today. Right now, 73 degrees and 611 on the Roula and Ryan show.
This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. All right, so over the weekend, Hugh Jackman and his wife, Deborah Lee Furness, announced that they are going to be divorcing after 27 years of marriage. They got together in the 90s when they were starring in an Australian legal drama. She was already an established actress, and he was an up-and-comer. They're 13 years apart. They've got 2 kids, a 23-year-old and an 18-year-old, and they just said that their journey is now shifting, and they've decided to separate to pursue their individual growth. Their family hasn't always been their highest priority, so they just like some privacy. Over the weekend, Hugh Jackman was spotted out by some TMZ slime, and they were trying to ask him about it, and he was like, can we just have some privacy, thanks? But for years, a lot of men and women have been super thirsty for Hugh Jackman, so I'm sure a lot of people are like, yay!
He's got a
Which
little
is
bit
so
of a
sad.
reputation, though.
because
that
everyone's like, oh, the downfall of your marriage is my happy time.
I'd heard the stories that he'd, he's had a wandering eye here and there from time to time. He's played around a little bit. That's the scuttlebutt.
Well, I don't know that, so I'm not going to say anything.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I ain't
Just a
never
rumor I've heard.
Oh,
When we start getting rumors,
Just a rumor
be
that
careful.
Ryan Chase heard. Where did you hear that rumor? I'm just curious. You and all your scuttlebutts.
Somebody-
You're
somebody-
diving
somebody
deep
that actually
into
went out
Hugh
with him.
Jackman.
So you can get sued. You can do it. All right. Well,
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying-
That's what that person
But
said.
it might bring.
that's
All
all.
right.
Moving
I
along.
don't want to get sued on a Monday.
Okay.
Drew
You just got out
Barrymore.
of case.
I know,
You just got out of court.
decided-
I don't want to be in court again.
Drew Barrymore decided that she will not continue on with doing her show. She had made a big statement to, she said, I own this choice to start my show back up, even though there's a giant strike. We're just going to try and do it in the best way we can. And then, everyone started hating her and shaming her, and she was just getting way too much haterade, heavy criticism amid the Writers Guild strike. She finally said she's going to pause production. She had a very emotional video that she posted, and then she took it down, and then she just said, I'm just going to make the decision to pause the show's premiere until the strike is over. I have no words to express my deepest apologies to anyone who's been hurt, and they're just hoping that this thing is over because, nobody can work until this whole thing is figured out. Everybody's season premieres are delayed. The Talk, the Jennifer Hudson Show, The View, all the shows that we know, they're already delaying all their, because, look, we're in September 18 now. Most of these shows back in the day used to already be on, but now it's more like end of September, beginning of October. But there's no light at the end of the tunnel for this strike.
No, and we're going to
I
start
don't know
to
when
feel.
they're going to start.
We're going to start to feel the effects of this strike when we've run out of everything to stream. There's so much stuff, but
But now they're just taking shows like Netflix Band of Brothers is on there.
yeah, which is a great show.
I just
That used to be on
it 'cause
HBO.
I didn't watch it back in the day, so.
what's that about?
Oh,
Me
it's
neither.
if you liked
It's
Saving
World
Private
War II.
Sam, if you liked Saving Private Ryan, it's like 10 episodes of Private Ryan. It's so
really good.
freaking good. Back when it came out, this is how old the show is. I bought the DVD box set because it was just so good, and I heard so many things about it.
The,
And
guy
I
before you,
loved
the main guy from Homeland and
Yeah.
Billions.
He's the lead. He's the lead actor in this.
I'm just gonna watch football.
Yeah, football's tonight. Go to Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm dressed in Steelers, so is Santiago. Sorry.
How about Travis
kid.
Kelce when he got his what is it? I didn't watch the whole game. I was listening to all the highlights of the games. Yeah, because he's rumored to be with Taylor now.
Oh, my
He caught a pass from Patrick Mahomes, and the announcer's like, Travis Kelce in the blank space.
Iron Eagle, whatever's name, yeah.
Made the touchdown. I'm like, oh, Lord. I'll take the bad Taylor Swift pun for 100, Alex.
Kelsey Grammer is usually an anti-hero, but today he's a hero for the Chiefs. Like,
Did you just say Kelsey Grammer?
Whatever his name is.
Kelsey Grammer.
Travis Kelce.
Travis
Yeah.
Kelce.
Frazier from television.
That didn't sound accurate, but
Kelsey
maybe
Grammer.
that's
How is the Frazier reboot cutting in here? Okay, other big news. Russell Brand emphatically denies these accusations from not one, not two, not three, but 4 women that say he absolutely assaulted them. They say the attacks occurred between 2006 and 2013 when he was at his most famous, when he was starring in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, when he was, dating and engaged to Katy Perry and all the things. Russell Brand made a statement over the weekend. He was like, absolutely, I have been open about how promiscuous I have been. I'm not hiding at all how many people I have been in or how I acted back then. But he said, I'm absolutely not an assaulter. One person says that she was abused by him in a 3-month relationship. He was 31 and she was only 16.
Oh.
There's a lot of
Well, Katy
bad
Perry said that
news.
he was a very controlling man, is what she had to say.
Well, this seems to be just the tip of the iceberg on this story. But Russell Brand wanted to get ahead of it and be like, hey, listen, I never said I was a choir boy and I'm not an angel and I am no assaulter, but let's see what actually happened and what comes of that. Let's see other big things that happened over the weekend. Well, I'm going to switch gears to the Roundtable because we have a lot of scoop to cover and we've got a couple more hours to do it, but we have a lot of show to get into today. So
Plus, I wanna hear
coming up
from,
next, we're going around the table.
I want to hear from Ryan and Ahmad. They both went and saw
Mo
Ammer, and Dave Chappelle showed up.
Yeah, I will tell you this
He's a special
much.
guest.
I will tell you this much. The greatest show I've ever been to. Comedy-wise.
Better than Kiss?
Greatest? I was saying better than Kiss?
Well, Kiss is a music group. I'm saying comedy-wise.
Comedy-wise. Okay. I
All
can
right.
see that.
We will go around the table next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Before we get into this, I just want to thank, on Instagram, I want to thank some of our listeners. They're so great. So over the weekend, I remembered from being a kid that we had this painting above our family, in our living room, above our couch for 15 years. And then all of a sudden, one day it just disappeared. And I hadn't seen this thing in like 30 years. So I actually saw a picture of it in the background. I saw somebody had taken a picture from the old family album. And I posted it on Instagram, and somebody used Google Lens, reversed imaged it, and found it for me. So now I can actually, if I wanted it, I can get a print of it now.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
Wow, that's
We got the
crazy.
best listeners. And I met a bunch
That's
at
smart
Mo.
people.
And I, it's like I couldn't take pictures with them because they confiscated phones, but I'll talk about that later.
That's the thing. Chappelle and them, they don't like you
No
having
phones.
No phones.
Yep.
Real quick, I want to start this out just to remind people, since it's Monday and you're already kind of down to the dumps because it's a Monday, you're thinking, well, what's to look forward to today? You're going to eat a cheeseburger today because it's National Cheeseburger Day, and all the big chains, Kevin, looking at you with the sunroom at Wendy's if you can find one. They're offering 1 cent junior bacon cheeseburgers at Wendy's all the way until Friday. With any online purchase.
You got to download the app. Everyone wants you to get
Yes.
the app.
The app, and
Yes,
it's
That's
with
all of it is
worth
the
it.
app.
You have to buy
It's
something
a
else.
1 cent junior bacon cheeseburger with any online purchase at Wendy's through Friday. McDonald's, just for today, is doing double cheeseburgers that are 50 cents through their app. And Burger King, Ahmad, I expect you to sing in. Whopper,
What's the
Whopper.
Ahmad?
Burger King has deals for the next 3 days for National Cheeseburger Day. Again, reward members are the ones that are going to, in the app, are going to benefit from this, like a free Whopper Junior. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Whoppers are $3. Today, you get a free cheeseburger with any purchase, things like that.
I'm just so lazy. I'm like, I don't want to download an app.
I have so many on my
But
phone
you have
right
so
now.
many apps.
You forget you have these apps, and they're all over your, they clutter up your desktop.
Oh, that means you're going to get an email every day, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, unless
got-
you unsubscribe.
Also, Jimmy John's reaches out to me. They'll text me, hey, Eric, you hungry? Like they're starting to flirt with me. Like,
Oh, because you have an app and
Did
you
you
haven't
handle
ordered in a
this?
while?
Oh, they also, they
big old
geofence
6-inch.
you, geotrack, like they know when you're nearby. Hey, come on over.
I see you
Have
over
a
there.
burger. I see you.
You're over
I
there
know
at
you're like a
HEB over
block
there.
away.
I see you. I know you want this. Mm-hmm. No, I don't.
They probably do. No, you probably do.
No, they do.
No,
No, I'm saying Eric probably does want it.
He wants it, yeah.
He's
I
playing
gotta pay
hard to get.
Yeah, I got to pay hard to get. I can't let him just go in there. I got to make him
I'm
earn it.
excited about this National
You're like a-
Cheeseburger Day, though.
You're like
Thank
a
you for that.
like
Yeah,
a
you're welcome.
crude teenager. You're like,
It's like, I know what I'm doing for lunch.
What do people have all the apps for every food place? Makes sense if you're going to save some money if you can.
Yeah, but
Actually,
how
look in
often
your
do you eat
phones
out?
right now and how many
I don't
apps
have
do you have
any
that
of
are
those.
food related, not DoorDash or Uber Eats. How many actual apps do you guys have?
is there a way in your settings you
I
can
have
see
the
how
Jimmy
many apps
John's
you
app.
have?
I know that one for sure. And I have the Papa John's app and the Domino's app.
I got
I-
Jimmy.
Whoa.
Oh, and the
Really?
Chick-fil-A app. I have 4 of those.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Chick-fil-A for sure. Does Starbucks count?
And Raising Cane's. I have those 2. I have 5 apps.
I got Whataburger.
Do you know how I know when I have?
Starbucks, Dunkin', and Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'll
Wait,
realize
Starbucks.
how
Sorry,
many
Sam.
apps
I
I
forgot
have.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
That means I have 6.
And Chick-fil-A.
When you change your credit
2,
card,
3, 4.
and then they say, "Oh, wait
I
a
have
second,
4.
you stopped paying."
Yeah, so I've got 6. How many do you guys have? Who wins this one?
4.
Who's got the most food apps
I
in
only
their
got
phone?
4. I got Pizza Hut.
1.
0.
Pizza Hut, Kev? That's
Nope.
your jam.
It's
Chick-
Subway.
I've been to
Oh,
a-
really?
Subway.
I've been to a Subway in a long time.
I deleted that one a long time
Yum.
ago. When you go there long enough to the same one, Kev, and the same guy ticks you off. I was like, it's not. Life is too short, and there's too many places to get sandwiches.
Oh, Jersey Mike's?
Out of here.
I don't have one near me. They didn't put one on Shrubstown yet.
Would you guys
I love
consider?
Potbellies.
yeah, Potbelly.
That is my
Potbelly is
weakness.
good. Oh my god, that turkey sandwich they have with the melted provolone.
I haven't
Chicken
done
salad
that.
salad is
So good. The chicken
it's a
salad's
salad.
good.
Their
Yeah.
peppers
Chicken
are
salad on
so spicy.
I buy those by the jar. You can buy.
What?
You can
You
buy
bought them?
Yeah, you can buy them in. You go inside
I know
Potbelly.
you can,
buy
but
them.
every single time I eat them, I'm so upset that I ate
You
them.
have Taco Bell on there? I thought that was your jam.
I know I do love Taco Bell, but I feel like if I have the app, I may want it more often. Just like Panda Express. Like there's a Taco Bell and a Panda Express by my house, and it is dangerous.
Would you consider?
Like,
would you
super
consider
dangerous.
Grubhub and Instacart a food app?
No, just
No, it's
because
gonna be-
I would say like
Because
a
that's everything.
yeah, that's everything.
Okay.
And what
Just
about
delivery apps.
I always
Yeah.
wondered, like, if somebody's hungry and they have no money, they just walk into a place, pretend like they're a driver, and they just grab the food off the rack.
Yes, they could. Roula, your family owns a
Normally
restaurant.
they
Did
ask
anybody
you the
ever?
name of the order.
Did you guys ever encounter
There's
like
food up
Dine and Dash?
Well, of course, if you're the oldest restaurant in Houston, you think how
No,
many
I'm just
times
saying,
that
like,
happened in the last
Do you
100
remember
years?
like? Because when you were a teenager,
Oh, I
you
definitely
worked there.
remember when I was like 19 waiting tables
Mm-hmm.
and these dirt bags came in to eat, and then you saw one went to the bathroom, and then one was like, oh, I have to go to my car to get something. And I remember like, God, the Dine and Dash just burns my brain.
Did they
so
have like
bad.
was there like a specific kind of like model you knew they were getting ready to Dine and Dash?
No.
No? Like they
No,
had a move
that-
where one goes to the bathroom and one's like, oh, I've got to check the keys in the car or something.
Well, that's why it's so shocking, because sometimes here's the way: if you're gonna steal food from a restaurant, it's the most unsuspecting that throw you off, especially if the restaurant's busy. So you gotta just keep your eyeballs peeled all the time. So when they disappeared, like where'd that table go? Wait, where's that table?
People are texting in with their apps. Somebody has 19 food apps on their phone.
wow.
The other person has 29 food apps, and they got the face with the, they slapped themselves.
Oh, yeah, face palm.
Like, why do I have
is
so
a
many?
lot.
But if you're saving money, it's good. But if
But
you're
to
just
Kevin's point, Kevin brought up a good point. It's like when you've got that many apps, how are you ever going to read your real emails because you're inundated with their junk emails?
Well, you could-
all the
You can
time.
you
unsubscribe
can unsubscribe.
emails,
It
Yeah.
takes 2 seconds.
but then you won't know about
Also-
the deals. So it's like, you know what I mean?
You are.
I
I
need
need
to
to
know
know
Sam,
about
I-
the sucker, Sam.
I only look at
I'm
the
just
deal
saying.
when I need to use the app. You know what I mean? Like, okay, and here's the sidebar.
Oh, so that's
Sidebar on
44
the
and
apps.
44.
Shut up.
No
44
way.
food
Shut
apps.
up.
It keeps going
44
up.
I need
food
to-
apps.
I don't even know 44 restaurants.
Screenshot
Me
that. I
either
gotta
that have
see.
the apps.
Yeah.
Me
I
gotta-
too.
I gotta see what your
okay,
app
let me
looks
let me
like.
throw this your way. Speaking of the apps giving you updates, if you get lazy and you don't log into the app under the email address that you signed up for, and you just want to like check out as guest, you're gonna miss packing up the reward points or whatever it is for the free stuff. And I hadn't used the Domino's app in so long as a login that finally I like reset my password and said, well, let me see what I have. I had 4 free pizzas waiting for me.
Oh, man.
Wow.
4 free pizzas waiting for me because I had not logged in. So imagine had I been logging in every time, I would have like
Yes.
10.
We would
So
have had a
sometimes
pizza
it makes
party at
really worth it.
Roula's.
Last
yeah, no,
night-
totally.
Last night, I for the first time ever, I used one of the coupons on the back of the HEB receipt.
Oh, you did?
What was it
What
for?
was it for?
Spanky's had
Oh,
2
that's-
pizzas.
Oh,
yeah,
you
for
do love
$22.
How is Spanky's pizza?
It's off the chain.
It's good stuff.
Never
Yeah.
had that
Good.
ever.
If that new, the one by your house looks new.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
a new restaurant?
It's spanking
Where's
new.
that? What is that one?
It's on Bel Air. It's basically Bel Air and 59.
It's
Did
brand
you just
spanky's
make
new.
that up, or did they? Is that their slogan?
I made it up.
Kevin's going to work for him now. He's going to write jingles.
Doing their marketing.
Spanky new. Hey.
Speaking of Kevin's here.
Oh my!
Oh my God.
I saw this from Babbel, the sexiest accents in the Western world.
Uh-oh.
This comes about like twice a year, I feel, but Babbel's pretty big. People love Babbel. So I want to ask Kevin. I'm going to just do the top 5.
Okay.
Try the accent, and we'll see how
All
it is.
right.
Number 5 in the sexiest accents in the world is German.
Oh,
Good.
really?
Okay, let me try to say something in German. How
Can
about
Kevin do the accent
German's
that
kinda-
always
it's a
falling to
harsh
sound like he's
language.
Russian?
I don't
Do you
think
want me to say it sexily or just like the way I know how to say it?
Try and say something sexy.
Well, it's apparently sexy any way you say it, so
That's
say
it.
it any way you know.
Okay, German. Bringt mein Ustein dein Brustwarzen zum Schwitzen.
Oh, your schwitzen
He
is,
likes-
is in my schwickel.
Sausage.
Is that so- what does that mean?
Wieners.
Wiener Schnitzel is what you're thinking of saying.
No, it means does my voice make your nipples sweat?
Oh my God.
What are you saying?
Here's an easy one.
Good time.
Number 4 for sexiest accent, English.
Okay, I just did that.
But try the English
like
accent.
like English, like from Great Britain, or just
It's
American
English, but I don't think our
Well, we're
language
speaking
is
English.
sexy. I think more.
I don't think
Try
that's-
in Cockney or whatever it's called.
Does my voice make your nipples sweat?
Can we
No.
find a different sentence?
It's too late. He has
All right.
these all translated.
Number 3, and I think this one should be maybe number 1.
Okay.
Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mi voz hace sudar tus pezones.
Is that the same?
Yeah.
He's really fixating on the nip.
Italian is number 2.
La mia voce ti fa sudare I capetose. Sorry. Capezzole.
Try it again. Try
I don't know about that
La
one.
mia voce ti fa sudare I capezzole.
You're not getting any sweat on that one.
No?
No, sorry.
If anything, my nipple's going inside.
I
That
got
was
an
actually
innie.
nice.
Yeah, I thought that was fine. I like
think
that
it's
one.
nice.
I
I
think
don't
Italian's
like
really
that.
pretty, though, the way it's kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a song.
The flow of it.
Yeah, the
And
flow
what's
is-
number 1?
What do you guys think it is?
It's got to be French.
Yeah, I was thinking French.
French, Kevin.
Est-ce que mes voix fait transpirer des tétons?
Now, time for the Roula and Ryan show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, it is brought to you by Duncan. The Astros beat the Royals 7-1 on
Finally,
Sunday.
we
Yes,
won a
they
game.
salvaged the final game of the series, and they've expanded their American League West lead to 1.5 games as Texas lost to Cleveland 9-2.
That whole division crapped to bed this weekend. Everyone, they all
Which is
got-
great.
Seattle got swept. Dodgers got
It's
swept.
good.
swept
Good
them.
for us because
Yep.
you can't lose 2 games against the worst team in the league and hope that you're still going to be ahead. But we were because everybody else failed.
Yay! Now we got to play
Yay.
the number 1 team, Baltimore, for 3 days.
Ooh.
That's okay. We usually play.
Yes, but
upset-
Eric, it'll go our way though.
Yeah, but we're playing at home though, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, no.
That might not
Why'd you
work
say
out.
that? Okay, so here we are. We're already getting into high numbers again for the jackpot. Without a grand prize winner on Saturday, the Powerball has soared to $638 million for tonight's drawing. Now, the jackpot entered record territory. It's now the 10th largest Powerball prize. Now, for this drawing, if you want to take the lump sum of cash, it's $304.2 million, just all up front. So less than half.
We'll go ahead and take that.
Why do you always have to make it
pennies.
sound like it's so negative? It's only $340 million.
That's
Come
not
on, man.
negative. I mean, I would take the cash lump, wouldn't you?
I'll take $10,000. I'll take $1,000. I don't
Okay.
care.
The
I'd
odds
take
of
all
winning?
it. Yep.
1 in 292.2 million are your chances of winning.
If they said right now, Ryan, I'll give you $500 right now, or
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you $500 of those lottery tickets. Which would you take?
$500.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely. You would, Eric?
Yeah.
You're the one that always wants to play the lottery and waste your money.
I'll take that cash.
I want the cash up front, man.
I'm
The
giving
odds.
up. I never win. Not even close.
I mean, say you win 1 in 10 and you get like a few dollars. There's no way you're going to get $500 if you get 500 lottery tickets.
Guaranteed cash.
Yeah, I want the guaranteed cash. Houston City Council approved using $250 million of Houston's airport system to reconstruct Hobby. They're going to do work on Hobby again. The work will include 7 additional gates, an expanded baggage handling system and baggage claim area, and an overhead canopy over the departure curb to shield airport users from the harsh weather.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
won't
Because
at
when
all
you go up
cause any
top.
problems.
Yeah.
That won't at all
Oh,
cause any
right?
delays.
Oh, no. Oh, man. 'Cause-
When are they planning on doing that? Because isn't IAH already a nightmare, and now they're going to do that
IAH
to
is a
Hobby?
nightmare, and it's been a nightmare for
So
over a
both
year
of our
and a half.
airports are going to be a hot mess.
Well, it's going to be a while. I mean, they just approved it, so
Okay,
I
got
think
it.
it'll be
Oh,
a few months.
speaking of Hobby, they do listen to the Roula and Ryan show in, I want to say, the Hubcap Grill.
Oh, yes.
We were sitting there listening to ourselves when we were heading out a couple weeks ago. And
So wait, somebody right now, Kev, is in there listening to you saying that right now. Somebody's in the airport waiting for a flight right now in that grill.
Having a beer right now.
Hey,
Like,
Hubcap
Probably.
Grill.
because
Hi.
they were like, which TV is this sound coming from? None of these voices are doing that on the TVs. I was like, oh no, it's the Roula and Ryan show that you're listening to here. Hubcap Grill, Houston Hobby, put your hands in the air.
And finally, a fight between the Houston Texans fans following Sunday's loss against the Colts was captured on camera. The Texans are now 0-2, starting the season, and I think we all were talking about how stupid this fight was right when we started the show.
idiots.
I mean, like,
are you
we've
trying
all
to
seen the
prove?
video. What are you trying to prove?
And they're wearing the jerseys too. I'm just like, come on, you're grown men wearing the jerseys, which is fine. Then you get in fights acting like little kids.
You're embarrassing us.
Yeah.
You can do better. That's what's
Actually,
going
little
down.
kids don't fight like that. That's what's embarrassing. Little kids don't actually fight like that anymore. It's just these adult drunk guys
Stupid.
with jerseys on. Okay, listen, guys. Speaking of kids are being affected all through the Houston Independent School District as the state took over the school district, and a lot of teachers have reached out to us telling us how really terrible the conditions are for teaching. And I had asked last week off the air, like, well, do parents realize how tough this is for the teachers? I mean, the kids seem like they're the ultimate ones that are suffering with this. If the teachers don't feel like they can actually get a good lesson in because they can't have any imagination and they can't teach the way they know. They have to read a script. We got a text from someone who is a really concerned parent, and I want to open up the phone lines at 713-390-KRBE to the parents of the kids at HISD. What are you seeing? Because this text we got this morning is about teachers who seem to not even be able to question the curriculum without getting fired for insubordination. You can't even question what you're doing or you are fired. And don't they need every teacher they can get right now?
Yeah.
713-390-KRBE. I want to hear from the parents because we want to know what's it like on your side of it. Let's see what happens next on the Roula and Ryan Show.